Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome to another Q8 pilot stream. It is 2100 hours local time here in Kuwait City, Kuwait. And I want to welcome you all to this live stream today, and want to welcome Captain Lee, the designer of FS Design Jacksonville, the airport that we're showcasing in this live stream today. I want to welcome with the Skylar, Waschi Extreme, Boeing Corp Mike, welcome my friend Badger, Kilo Sim, and we have Lionheart with us. Good evening to you, Stan. Hello, Stan. Welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here. Thank you for your continued support. Stefanos, hello. Welcome aboard. Thank you very much for being here, sir. Luller Pilot, welcome. Glad to have you here. Niels, welcome. Sergio, Nikki, PR18. How are you guys all doing? I hope you are doing well. And thank you very much for being here this evening. I am going to be letting you know on a few things about the strategy of the channel moving forward once we are airborne. And plus, I'm very happy to report that the Mini FCU Kickstarter has been a massive success. The guys over there have raised the targeted amount, or actually over the targeted amount, in the first 6 minutes of the campaign. They have amassed about $300,000 from the supporters of the flight sim community. And this underscores, again, that the community likes this sort of stuff. And that's part of the reason why I actually put out that video. And by the way, I know a lot have come and said, you know, if this doesn't work, it's on you. You know, it looks like they paid you a lot of money to do this. I just want to tell you guys that I've done the promo for Mini FCU free of charge, simply because I just believed in the product, and I actually gave them, you know, I gave them my support as well. So with that said, Jesse, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Don't know why I thought this was MSFS. That is only testimony to the greatness of X-Plane 12 by Laminar Research. All right, so folks, today what we're going to be doing, we are going to give the iniBuilds another go, and I've heeded the advice that I've received from one of you guys. I can't remember who it was, but I do thank him very much. I removed the autosave plugins from the aircraft folder, and this seems to have resolved the issue that we've had last time. So it looks like the autosave was indeed the culprit in the problems that we've had. So let me bring up our flight plan here and show you where we're going today and what we're going to be doing. So we are going to be departing today Charlotte Douglas International, and we're going to be heading to Jacksonville International. We're going to be cruising at 34,000 feet, and we are departing runway 18 Charlie. Now, this is not the favoring wind runway, but for some reason, 36 Charlie, old runway 36 Charlie left and right, do not appear in the FM, in the Maktu for some reason. So it looks like there's a bug. That's another bug I discovered in the aircraft. But yeah. I just had to do that today. It has been crashing XP. Yeah, that is right. So that is our flight plan today. We're going to be departing 18 Charlie through the Icon 4 departure to Nukes, and then direct to EastNet. And then we're going to take the Looney 1 arrival into Jacksonville and perform an ILS runway 08. Payload information here, we're going to set that here, and we're going to hop into the cockpit, get things ready. By the way, guys, this is a pretty decent Charlotte Douglas for being a default X-Plane airport. It actually looks pretty good. And by the way, X-Plane 1206 is going to have a massive overhaul of the clouds. There will be a very nice cirrus clouds. The representation of clouds is totally revamped. Some of the screenshots I saw over the X-Plane Discord are just absolutely gorgeous. They also promise to resolve a lot of the VRAM issues and performance. So we're in for something special with X-Plane 1206. That said, let's hop into the cockpit of this iniBuilds and get things ready. First, we're going to go to the ground ops, ground services. We're going to connect the external power, and return. We're going to go to our load sheet. And actually, before we do the load sheet, let's start the batteries here. Let's go up here and start battery 1, battery 2, battery 3, and Gen 1. External power is on. Galley power is on. And we're going to turn on the non-smoking fasten seatbelt signs on. We'll save some time by turning the ADDONS to nav mode a bit early here today. And we'll do the checks here so nav light can go on. Everything here can stay as it is. We'll turn on the fuel pumps. All right, and all is good here. Loop test is okay for the APU. Engine fire test is okay for engines 1 and 2. And let's go ahead and test the cockpit voice recorder. And all right, everything here looks good. Window heat, probe heat is on, and oxygen supply, oscillation valve is checked. All right, perfect. Everything is good here, and we can arm the emergency light and lock the cockpit door. All right, there we go. All right, perfect. Now, let's head back to the EFB, and we're going to enter our payload and fuel information. So let's bring this over here, and let's see. Fuel is 26.3. 26.3. And then for the zero fuel is 244.5. Enter that. And we're going to load the aircraft. Computing, all is done. Excellent. Everything looks good. And let's say send to perf. All right, now we don't have the FMC data yet, so let's come here and enter the information. All right, perfect. So we're going to come down here and go to the FMS. And let's cancel that. Hello there, Mark. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Hey, Captain Lee, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us today. All right, so we are going to go to the init page, and we are going to enter the information for our flight. Actually, let's do the following. Let's come here and go to ACAR main, and we're going to request the company route, right, and request the wind data from the ACAR system, just kind of to reduce our workload. All right, so now we're done here, and now we have all our information in the FMC. All we need to do now is say align IRS. All right, and the IRS is being aligned. All right, let's go to the next page, and now we can put our fuel information in here. So we are going to select the the block fuel is 26.3. 26.3 is done. 26.3 fuel on board, block fuel, and the zero fuel is 24. So 244. What is this doing here? Oh, no, that's not it. All right, there we go. Clear, and clear again. All right, 244.5. For the zero fuel, that gives us the gross weight, and now we can just copy the CG, which is all right. So now we can do the. Let me go back to. All right, just leave that. Let's put the flight plan in, and then we'll come here. All right, so flight plan is Charlotte. We're gonna do the Charlie 18 Charlie through the Icon 4. Icons 4 departure through the nukes transition, and we're going to insert that. Brilliant. And now it's giving us a vector to Glyphon. We can actually delete that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this. Let me return, and let's see. Let me move away from this speed brake here. All right, there we go. And now we can clear vector, and clear the disco. All right, there we go. That's much better. All right, and finally, we're going to go to, so from EastNet, if we look at our flight plan, or from EastNet is actually the transition into our star, the Looney 1, into Jacksonville. Hello there, Mike. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here. Drishal, good evening to you, my friend. By the way, Drishal, I've taken a look at your channel, and you are doing very well, my friend. I wish you all the best. All right, so we're going to select Jacksonville, and the star into Jackson's the Looney 1, and EastNet transition. And we're the ILS Zulu 08, and let's see if there is a transition. I suspect there isn't any transition into the arrival there. No, there's no transition, so we're just going to insert, and we're going to cycle through the, there are no discontinuities there, so everything's looking good. All right, perfect. Now we can put the FMC data, and let's see here. All right, and we're going to come to the ATIS request. All right, and we have the ATIS request now, and we can compute. All right, there we go. We have everything set here. We just need to copy the zero fuel center of gravity. So everything here is good. 151, 1515, trim is 1 up, and flex is 54. Okay, so we're going to send this information, send to FMS. All right. So now we should have the received takeoff data. Let's come just here and complete the CG, which we need from probably the first page. Now we have to go to the load sheet. So let's do that. Flight ops menu and ground ops load sheet. And this is the number that we want is 28%. Okay, so 28. All right, perfect. So everything is set here. Flight plan is set, and now we can go to the takeoff. 151 is the speed we need to put for V2. Now we can turn on the pitch trim, yaw damper, and the ATS. And now we can enter 151. Brilliant. 151. Altitude is 34,000 feet. 34 is set, and 178 degrees is the runway heading, and everything here is set. Excellent. All right. All right, so we are pretty much ready to go. The only thing we need now is the altimeter. So we're going to come to our flight plan. By the way, Dan, the developer of Sim Toolkit Pro, is going to Flight Sim Expo. I'm very excited to meet him, and he is now working for iniBuilds. So that's the latest developer news for you. 3006. All right, so 3006. Let's set that. All right, 3006 is now set, and let's go ahead and start the APU. APU master switch is on, and start. Yeah, very, very nice livery, the American livery on the iniBuilds. Listen to the APU. Wow. You have got to love the sounds on this aircraft. All right. Perfect. Miranda, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome. Glad to have you here. Russ, hello, Russ. Welcome. Glad to have you here with us. Kilo Sim, you can get all the liveries, all the official liveries for the aircraft from the Ini Manager by iniBuilds. APU bleed is on. Right, listen to the, again, the cockpit ambient sounds are really done very well on the iniBuild. All right, external power is no longer needed. And we're going to come here to the ground services, and we're going to remove the external power, remove the chocks, and we are now ready, folks, for our pushback. So we are going to turn on the beacon lights on. And we are ready to go. Now, there is a problem with better pushback with this plane, so we're going to make sure that we stop it as soon as we start pushing back. It doesn't turn for some reason, so we're just going to do that.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Look at this view. Nice passenger announcements, too. All right. We'll put this one on mode. So econ climb. We've got all our speeds set. Excellent. Put this back on flight plan. QA pilot, can you check if it predicts TOD? I remember it would show on XP. It does. I have not been able to see it here, but you will see it on the ND.
Ready to connect.
So you'll be able to see it on the ND, but I don't think that it shows it in the progress page here for some reason. We'll take a look at that once we're airborne. No worries there. Hello there, Lewis. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here with us. All right. All right, by the way, we can go to, if we go to the load sheet, send and compute. I want to get our flex. Flex is 54. So
connected and bypassed and in service. Release parking brake.
All right, flex 54. Parking brake is released.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
All right, and we have clearance to start our engines. Ignition start. And we'll start with engine number 2. Engine number 2 spooling. N2 rising. And we'll just wait a little bit here. All right, let's go ahead and start engine number 2. Is coming up. All right, I think that's good enough. We're going to go to better pushback and say stop the pushback.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Alrighty, parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Alright, and we have a good start on engine number 2. We'll wait for the engine to stabilize and start engine number 1. We XP people are here to have fun and enjoy this hobby as... How are you doing, Chris? Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. All right, so we have a stable engine number 2. Let's go and start engine number 1. I really like the sounds on this aircraft. And by the way, I like the textures on the X-Plane version more so than the MSFS version. Somehow this appeals a lot more to me than the MSFS version. All right, we have a spooled up, so engine number 1 is coming up.
We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Thank you for your service. Those sounds are just amazing. All right, we have a good start on both engines. Excellent. So now what we can do is we can turn off the, okay, first ignition to the off position, and we can turn off the APU bleed. APU master is off. We turn on the nose light to taxi. And everything else, non-smoking on auto, seatbelt signs, everything looks good. All right. We're going to arm the speed brakes. And we're going to set flaps and slats 15. Oh, yeah. All right. Perfect. We're all ready to go. And the only thing is auto brake to max. There we go. I tried using auto ortho, but I kept getting an error message. Can someone help me? I'll probably do a tutorial on that in the coming days. GNS 278 clouds look very nice. Do you use any weather add-on? I only use Active Sky XP, which generates its own weather. But it uses everything from the X-Plane engine. So it's the X-Plane clouds, but the weather comes from Active Sky. All right, parking brake is released. And the minute you release the brakes, look at what happened to the pressure. It just loses. I'm not sure if this is correct, but anyway. We're going to give it some power here, and you have to give it a lot of power to get it to move. Look at that, almost maximum power to get the aircraft to start moving. Finally. And if you haven't checked out my recent tweak video for X-Plane 12, please do check it out because it has significantly improved the experience in X-Plane 12. And I'm just not really experiencing any more of those pauses or stutters. It really does work. And I've done extensive research before I posted the video. And normally those short videos, when I find something that works, I just immediately feel like sharing it with you guys. And yeah, we'll talk a little bit about those. Carl Childers is in the house. 30% will move in real life. Oh, is it, Carl? Here it's like 53% to get it to move, which is probably not correct. I did really make a big difference in mine. Thanks for that. Yeah, you're most welcome, Sergio. I'm glad that it worked for you. All right, here we go. Looking good. I have to say that I do like the iniBuilds aircraft a lot, and especially the A300, more so than the A310, to be honest. Look at those wings. All right, here we go. Let's make the turn. And that's our runway, so we're going to turn on the landing lights. Nose light to taxi, to takeoff, beg your pardon. Runway turn-off lights, strobe lights are on, and we are good to go. All right, let's line up. And we are good to go. Auto throttle doesn't want to start yet. Right, we're flexing to 98. Wait for 148 for V1. B1 rotate. Positive rate of climb, gears going up. Looks just absolutely gorgeous. All right, let's get things here. Let's not get carried away with the views. By the way, we forgot to put this on TARA. All right, auto throttle, and let's increase the speed to 250 knots. Oops. Come on. Right, 250. Excellent. And we're going to go to profile, nav, autopilot 1 is engaged. And we're going to track the flaps and the slats. Look at that, guys. I mean, this is X-Plane 12 default scenery, and I have to say that it does not look bad at all. Yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, here we go. We're continuing our climb to 34,000 feet. Disarm the speed brake. There we go. A little bit of turbulence here. By the way, it's a very short flight today, so not a long flight over to, let's go to climb. Not a very long flight to Jacksonville. Look at that, ladies and gents. Look at that wing flex. Wow, that looks gorgeous. I love X-Plane. I have to say, guys, I just love X-Plane 12. And I really can't wait for 1206 to come out. This looks sensational. Look at the reflection of the wings there. Beautiful wing flex. It just feels so real. I mean, it reminds me a lot of the wing view when I'm actually traveling and I look out the window, and it really reminds me of that. Yeah. All right, we're getting carried over with the views. Let's turn off the landing lights. Nose lights, runway turn-off lights are off. And we're going to release the passengers and cabin crew. And everything else here looks good. Perfect. We're going to bring up some lights here so we can just see the instruments. There we go. Excellent. The scenery was that, kept bringing me to MSFS, but X-Plane 12 with Auto Ortho and Sim7 are amazing. X-Plane 12 really amazing. 1206 will be great, hopefully, absolutely. Hey, Darren, how are you, my friend? Just got back into X-Plane, reinstalled X-Plane 11. I have lots of add-ons worth the switch to X-Plane 12. From my perspective, Darren, on the day that X-Plane 12 came out, I uninstalled X-Plane 11, and I never looked back since then. I've been patiently waiting for add-ons to become available for X-Plane 12. And I think there is plenty now for X-Plane 12 to enjoy the sim. most of the add-ons that you have for X-Plane 11 will work either free of charge. Either the upgrade is free, or there's a small fee to upgrade to X-Plane 12. But so far, yeah, I've been enjoying X-Plane 12. I just absolutely love it. Yeah. I think the Q4XP has a free upgrade anyway. Yeah, I believe so. They brought in the compatibility to X-Plane free of charge, to X-Plane 12 free of charge, I believe. Yeah. So, we continue to...
Descend. Just descend.
Is there an aircraft? I didn't see any aircraft in the vicinity, but yeah. All right. So we are at 17,000 feet. We're approaching the transition altitude. All's looking good. Excellent. All right. So we can set the barrel reference to standard. So what is happening and what is the content strategy moving forward on the channel? So I'll be very honest with you guys, and of course this is something you guys are accustomed to here on the channel, that I'm very transparent, I'm very honest, and I'm very straight. So lately what I have been noticing, first of all, I will tell you guys that creating content is not an easy affair. It is a very tedious and time-consuming task. It takes a lot from my time with my family. It puts a lot of strain on me because I work a full-time job, and there is a lot of stress associated with the kind of work that I do. So in recent months, I would say, I've been putting a lot of effort in trying to vary the content on the channel. So bringing you X-Plane, bringing you Microsoft Flight Simulator, and varying the content between recorded videos to live streams, as well as doing reviews, tutorials, guides, and the like. And I have very much tried to also bring you the latest news during my live streams, because I just don't like to do those news update videos. It's just not my thing. So what I've been noticing is there is definitely a lack of interest in the videos that I've been posting. Now this could be that you know, people are no longer interested, or you know, I'm posting the wrong videos, or maybe I'm not showing enough details. I haven't really changed the format of my videos, especially my review videos. So I don't believe in making a 3-hour video to tell you whether a product is good or not. My review videos are very focused. They are very short, concise, but complete, I would say. And normally what I do is I show you the modeling of the aircraft, the systems features, start the aircraft so you can listen to the sounds. I take it for a short flight. I tell you what my remarks are, what I think of the aircraft, whether it's worth the money, or whether I think you should invest in it or not. And that's pretty much it for my reviews. And the channel has really amassed a huge following because of the honest reviews that I put on the channel. And I do purchase every single thing I review on the channel, or otherwise I will tell you that the developer has provided me with a copy of the scenery, such as the scenery we're going to be seeing today by FS Designs. Love the reviews and especially the tweaks. Thank you very much, Stan. Appreciate it. You are doing a great job, and I deeply appreciate Special X-Plane 12. Thank you very much, Chris. So the scenery FS Designs today that we are going to be taking a look at is provided courtesy of the developer, Captain Lee. Now, what you'll be seeing in the coming days is, and this is by design, so there is nothing wrong with it, but you will see that there is a reduction in the amount of content that I will put on the channel. And I will only be very selective in what I review, And when I do review videos, you will know in advance that I will be reviewing this specific product, whether on Twitter or social media, and I will be also reducing the number of streams that I do to probably only 2 streams a week, unless there is a new release of a product. In which case, you will probably see like a short or a small trailer just to kind of prep you for the review or the stream, and then the stream will happen on the scheduled dates. I'm thinking Tuesdays and Saturdays, but if you guys prefer different days, please do let me know. It would be nice to review the P3D iFly 737 MAX. Lionheart, as much as I would love to do P3D content, when I installed it, it just causes my entire system to overheat. And this is only with P3D, nothing else. So, the reason I love your reviews is because of your format. It feels so real and trustworthy. Thank you very much, Vishal. I appreciate it. Maybe you're unlucky with the YouTube algorithm. That's also very, it's also very possible. Thank you very much, Sergio. To be honest, I only follow you specifically for X-Plane 12 videos. And by the way, Sergio, a lot of people do, and simply because, I'll tell you why. The reason being is this channel was actually founded on X-Plane material. When I started, I had, I did not really have that much affinity for P3D or FSX, and I really found X-Plane to be the flight simulator, the most realistic flight simulator in my view. And I still believe that in a lot of ways, X-Plane 12, excels over Microsoft Flight Simulator. Not in the scenery department, not in the meteorological representation of weather, but in the weather that is actually injected in the sim. So the wind loft, definitely X-Plane, the flight model, definitely X-Plane, excels in that area and provides a much more realistic experience in my view. And I know a lot of people disagree with that, and I know, they're going to tell me MSFS is this and that, and, uninstall X-Plane, and that's perfectly okay. I respect differences of opinion. But from the channel perspective, I just found that I seriously, guys, I have been, I feel just so tired from, creating content and just trying to keep up with everything that's out there. And I have been very selective, by the way. I don't review everything on the channel. So if I don't review a product, it is more than likely not a good product. Because I purchase just about everything. There isn't anything that I do not purchase, whether it's, hey there, Sar. No, hopefully today there will be no crashes. Hello there, Will. Well, greetings to you, my friend. Welcome aboard. Saturdays work great. Excellent, excellent. Thank you for the video. 2 tweaks to eliminate starters in X-Plane 12 help a lot. I'm glad it works for you, Stefanos. I think many of you have found that to be useful, so I'm very thankful for that. You also need to allow time just to enjoy flying. Absolutely, Darren. Absolutely, my friend. So I am going to be doing some of that. And I'm also going to be spending a little more time with my son. He is turning 10 on the 16th of June. And on that occasion, I'm going to take him to Atlantis, Dubai. So we're going to go have fun together. Daddy, son kind of a thing. I love my family. I love my son and my daughters. And I will tell you guys, to be very, very honest with you, flight simulation over the past 8 years has taken a lot away from their time with Dad. So I don't want to compromise. And they're at an age now where my kids are reaching the critical age. I've always been with them, by the way, very close to them. And I am their friend more than I am their dad. But, you have to, nowadays you have to put on, like, both hats, right? So I've decided that I'm going to cut down on the content for the sake of making more time for the family. That doesn't mean, by the way, that I'm quitting by any stretch of the imagination. Thank you very much, Chris. Appreciate it, my friend. Good evening, Don. So it just only means that I'm going to reduce the amount of content on the channel, but I promise you that the quality will not be affected. You will always, you can always expect the same quality from the Q8 Pilot channel as you have been accustomed to in the past. I just feel that it's time I dedicate a little more time to the family. If we look here at the final initial approach altitude is 2,000, and speaking of that, if we look here at Econ Cruise, we don't see, I'm not sure if this is the top of this, doesn't look like this is, no, this is the fuel on board at the destination. Descent forecast, nothing here. If we go to the progress page, it shows the distance to the destination, but not the top of descent. But we can see it here. So if you look here, you can see the top of descent there. So yeah. All right. So I just wanted to be very straight with you guys and let you know what my plans are, because I didn't want to, I didn't want to just kind of reduce the amount of content without you guys knowing what's happening and like what's going on with Q8. Is he quitting again? Yeah, I didn't want to. By the way, we should be in cruise. So yeah, nothing like that. I'm still here. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and I love sharing the knowledge with you guys. And I will continue to produce content for as long as I am convinced I'm adding value to the community. So. But yeah, just bought X-Plane 12. That, Darren, that is a good choice. Happy flying, my friend. Enjoy. I prefer your quality content over quantity. Thank you very much, Sarah. I appreciate it very much. I appreciate it. And I appreciate all the support, by the way, from all of you guys. The support from everyone has been tremendous over the past 8 years, during which I've been developing content here on YouTube. And really, I cannot tell you how much I am grateful for every little comment, for every like, dislike, criticism that I've received. It has helped me grow over a period of time. And yeah, there were times when things have gotten to me, so to speak. But overall, I think I've learned also a lot from even the unkind comments that I've received. I've learned a lot from. I've learned to deal with things that I, haven't been able to deal with in the past, and that has even helped me at work. Because sometimes you will receive criticism at work, and you need to be able to deal with it, and you need to be able to deal with different personalities. And so I'm very grateful, guys, for everything that you've done, for all the support, for every little advice that you've given me. I've learned so much about aviation, my passion, and the very reason that I've started creating content. So I remember watching your 7 years ago from X-Plane Line, learning how to use X-Plane as a 13-year-old. You've helped me so much, and I really thank you for that. Well, Vishal, that is very inspiring for me to read that, and I'm very glad that I was an inspiration for you. During the journey of your flight sim experience, and I know that you have now started your own channel, and I wish you all the success, and I hope that you'll be one of the top-notch creators in no time. Absolutely, Stan. Absolutely. Those moments are I want them to grow, knowing that when they do grow old, I want them to be able to tell their kids that, Grandpa was always right there next to us when we wanted him, when we needed him. So that's something I take very seriously in my life, and I want to be an integral part of every every stage, you know, every station, every chapter of their lives. You know, my daughter is going to college, and I went to receive her papers, you know, her medical record and stuff from school, from you know, her school where she spent 14 years, the last 14 years of her life there. She used to go to a private school, a British school of Kuwait, one of the top schools here in the country. And they had her picture on the medical file, and her picture, of course, was when she joined kindergarten. And when I looked at the picture, I had this really mixed feeling this morning. And, you know, she's all grown up, and, you know, she was telling me the other day, well, you know, Dad, you know, I know we have a, you know, I have a joint account, and now I want my own ATM card, and she wants the separation, she wants the independence. And so, yeah, I just recently had my first child, a baby girl, couldn't be happier. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. I've been watching your videos since 2018. Oh, Chris, wow, thank you very much for that. Juliet Charlie Mike. So what I've done is I removed the autosave plugin from the aircraft folder, and it seems that has fixed the issue. So yeah. Hopefully won't no problems today. All right, we're going to go ahead and reset the MCP altitude to 2,000 feet. So let's go ahead and do that. 2,000 is set. Perfect. So, that is that. All right, let's take a look at the outside real quick. That looks really good. I think Active Sky XP really changes things in basically. Look at that wing view. Looks lovely. The sounds are exceptional, definitely. All right, we are approaching top of descent. We are going to go here to the flight plan. And if you look here, we should be able, by the way, to get the VNAV path indication here in a little while. And in the meantime, let's check the weather over at Jacksonville. The current weather is 050, 14 knot wind, 10 miles visibility, broken at 1600, overcast at 26. Current temperature is 24 Celsius, altimeter is 9 or 6. So nothing too serious at our destination. And guys, do stick around once we land at Jacksonville, because I think you're going to see something you're going to like. Now, I don't have any information on the release date of the airport, but I tell you, it's probably one of the better scenery for X-Plane 12. I do like the airport quite a bit. Speaking of kids, I have to put mine in bed now. Safe flight and good evening all. Darren, good night, my friend. Take care. The external sounds are all right. So what we can do is we can come here to the sounds. I haven't changed them, but let's do this. Let's reduce the external sounds. There we go. Maybe that's better. Look at that. approaching top of descent. MCP altitude is set. So what we're going to do, once we reach the top of descent, we are going to use level change. That will initiate the descent. And then we're going to go back to profile again. And we need our ILS frequencies. So let's grab those from SimToolkit Pro. The best electronic flight bag available for flight simming today and totally free. All right, so let's take a look here. ILS is 110.7. 110.7. And the approach course is 77 degrees, 77. Right, perfect. All right, ILS frequency is set, the approach course is set, and we're going to come down here, and we're going to go to the approach. Actually, let's move this out here. Right, we're going to do 30-40, VAP, wind correction. We'll add 7 for wind correction. That gives us a VAP of 138, MDA. All right, let's go to Navigraph real quick. And 12 knot, 8 knot crosswind. 8 knot crosswind as we arrive. Okay. And let's select the approach. ILS Zulu. So the first one here. Perfect. And all right, so 130. All right, perfect. Everything is set, and we can go to level change. And the aircraft will now begin the descent. Should correct the vertical deviation in a second here. Oh, that's not right. All right, so now we can go back to profile. And now the aircraft will continue the descent. It should reduce the rate of descent automatically in just a second here once it stabilizes. Would you recommend me getting the Beluga even though it's not on sale anymore? Well, I'll be very honest with you. The Beluga is, by the way, the A300 and the A310 fly in a very different way than the Beluga. The Beluga obviously carries very heavy cargo. So it does require, it has a different flight model to it, has a different feel to it. It's a very enjoyable aircraft, but it's a cargo plane. So if you like to fly cargo, it's definitely an enjoyable aircraft. And I highly recommend the Beluga. It's one of the, one of the best aircraft, really. The iniBuilds, by the way, iniBuilds create excellent add-ons, whether it's X-Plane or Microsoft Flight Simulator. They just really create very, very good add-ons. Their scenery is just incredible for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So yeah, I do like their products a lot. The Beluga is very, very unique, absolutely. Q8, are there any giveaways today? Today there will be no giveaways, but I will tell you what, guys. Once the FS Design CNN releases, I will do a giveaway, and probably will do a giveaway of scenery giveaway, and I will also give away copies of the Flying JSON Q4XP, courtesy of the channel, of course, in the coming days. All right, so this message that we got is from the scenery. I'm not sure why we get this. The developer is aware, and he's working to fix it. But again, this is a beta preview of the airport. But hopefully that will be fixed in short order before release. The Beluga is quite unique indeed, but more outsized cargo than very heavy cargo. Mods exist for cargo. Yeah, That's for sure, Niels. Thank you very much for that. Dave Cat, hello, my friend. Welcome. What is the flying bag you just mentioned? Free. I like free. It's Sim Toolkit Pro. Sim Toolkit Pro. This is the tool. That's the tool. It's got everything. It's absolutely free of charge. It's got integration with everything. It's got a lot of, flight tools like the checklist, and you can select your aircraft here. I'm not sure why it's showing here. You've got your wind calculator, your log scanner. You've got your, logbook here. You can see all your flights. You can see your fleet of aircraft. You can even go to one of my favorite things in Sim Toolkit Pro, which is the search real flight schedule. So you can select your departure, arrival, and where you want to go. Or, for example, you could say, by the way, this is how the way I've done this flight is I went to the arrival and I selected Kilo Juliet Alpha X-ray. That's Jacksonville. That's our airport. And then I said, give me the shortest first. And that's how I've arrived at, Charlotte. There is Charlotte, and there is American Airlines, right? So it actually tells you which airline flies there, the equipment that flies for that specific flight with the flight schedule. Everything is available for you there. Just really the complete EFB, absolutely free of charge. Just really an amazing, amazing tool, Sim Toolkit Pro. I highly recommend it. All right. Okay. All right. So we are at 22,000 feet, and if we look here at our flight plan, there are a few restrictions. We are from 34 to 2,000. Oh, we'll be able to see it here for sure on the display. All right. Perfect. The Beluga is a fun plane, but heavy on frame rate in VR. That I wouldn't be able to comment on because I don't use VR, so I don't know. Have you tried the SSG 100 for X-Plane 11? SSG 100. I'm not sure that I did. I might have. I don't know. That reminds me. I remember the developers, the SSG. Super critical, natural, super something. I know that they've approached me with, they wanted to give me a beta of their Embraer for X-Plane, and then I'm not sure what happened. Maybe their development plan has been halted or something. I don't know. All right, we are looking good, down to 19,000 feet, and if we look at the flight summary here, and we just want to grab the altimeter 2995, right, we're approaching 2995, so let's set that to the 2995. Right, transition altitude 18,000. We're looking good. Excellent. Here's a look at that. Look at those clouds, guys. I mean, this looks pretty nice, I must say. Yeah. Good frames, no stutters, just brilliant. I love it. Oh, the Sukhoi Superjet. No, I have not tried that. I am definitely looking, Jesse, I'm definitely looking forward for X-Plane 1206, without a doubt. So far, so good. No problems with the aircraft. So apparently that plugin, the autosave plugin, is the culprit in those CTDs. So guys, the easiest way is to just remove them. You will not get any errors or anything like that. You just remove the plugin and then it will not be triggered. So it's probably a good idea to just remove it if you want to enjoy the iniBuilds. Again, I love it. I love this aircraft. Again, a problem with the taxi on the floor, on the ground. It requires about just maximum power to just get the aircraft moving. I know that there is also an issue with the EFB where for some reason if you enter the 0 fuel weight and then the fuel, for some reason in some situation it freezes up the EFB and you just have to exit the sim, and I'm not sure why that happens. Burger, we have to delete what, please? Alright, so Burger Pops, if you go to the aircraft folder, the iniBuilds folder, you will find inside the aircraft folder there is a plugins folder. Inside the plugins folder you'll find there is an autosave plugin, and I just deleted that file. I moved it somewhere else outside the aircraft folder altogether. Neil's is saying he just simply unticked it in the plugin manager, so that is something you can do. Yeah, the autosave plugin, that's the one. So if you guys want, you from the plugin menu, you'll be able to see it here, and then you can go and disable it from this is the plugin admin. So this, when you open this, you'll see all the plugins that are currently running, and you can just come say untick, and it will disable the plugin for the duration of the flight. So that's something you can do until perhaps iniBuilds fixes the issue. I chose to remove it because I have a tendency to forget, and I didn't want to forget and then start the flight and then get another crash. So I just wanted to make sure that I don't have it there, so that I don't run into issues during the stream. All right, 299.5. We're approaching 10,000 feet, and we are almost at Jacksonville. And look at this view, guys. This looks really, really nice. I must say, look at that. I mean, this looks very realistic there. Look at that. Looks sensational. Love those engines. Yeah. Right, obviously we are slowing down to 250 knots, the allowed speed below 10,000 feet as we approach 10,000. That view is caviar. It is session specific, unlike deleting the plugin, so that just might be a better solution if you don't exactly, it's session specific. If you forget to untick it, then you will more than likely get the crash. All right, so approaching 10,000 feet, landing lights are on, nose light to take off, runway turn-off lights are both on, and seatbelt signs are on. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, here we go, below 10,000 feet. We are at 250 knots. And if we look at, we just want to make sure that, so the final VAP speed is 136. All right, perfect. And we continue our descent. Not sure, by the way, if this is correct here. See, so it shows 0, and I think it should show more than 1,000 psi. But that appears to be maybe a problem with, again, a bug that needs fixing. All right. We're almost there now. Looking good. Hello there, Thrust Set Simulations. Welcome, my friend. And we have Critic Barma. Welcome. So how you fix the crash, or just testing luck again? No, this time we're not testing our luck. We were just talking about that. We have removed the autosave plugin from the plugins folder of the aircraft, from the iniBuilds aircraft. So just remove the autosave plugin and you should be good to go. Why do my cabin textures look poor while the cockpit textures look great? Kilo Sim, I think you're not alone. I think this is the case with me as well. So let me just show you here. And I think they have probably reduced the quality of the textures in this. So here you can see that it doesn't look as good as the cockpit textures. Look at that. Somehow it looks a lot better in X-Plane 11, but in X-Plane 12, for some reason, they don't look as good. I'm not sure why. Yeah. And by the way, if we go here, you still have your beautiful screen here with the type of aircraft, the current time, temperature, the flight number, where we're heading, time to distance to destination, time elapsed, estimated arrival time, all that cool stuff. All right, 6,000 feet, and we are almost at our destination. And hopefully we can butter it for you guys. Especially in the freighter version. That's probably something else. IFR Captain Q8, will you look at the McKnight B787 version 2 that is out for X-Plane 12? You know, IFR Captain, you almost read my mind. I actually was checking out that aircraft last night. I downloaded it, and I will reserve my comments for a future stream, probably sometime next week. I do want to do more than one flight with it, just to kind of assess everything. It looks, from the looks of it, it has improved over since the last review video that I've done. So I will be taking a look at it for sure, and will feature it in one of the upcoming streams where I give you my honest feedback about the aircraft. Look at that, guys. Look at the overcast condition here with Active Sky XP. This looks really, really cool. Look at that. So an overcast with Active Sky XP looks like an overcast. Yeah, this is something I really like. Yeah. Right, continue the descent. Sometimes it just, the autopilot does really strange things. Alright, here we go. By the way, there is a restriction at 4,000 here, but that's alright. I'll just leave it. Is Active Sky freeware? No, that's there you have it from Grishal. It's payware. But it's definitely worth it, and I definitely vouch for that statement by Grishal. It is absolutely worth it. Going to ask that same question, McKnight787. We'll take a look at that, Jafar, hopefully in an upcoming stream. Probably next week, sometime next week. I will probably not stream this coming Saturday. It depends really on how much time, because I promised my son that we would go out and we're going to do a daddy-son sort of a thing on Saturday. So more than likely I will not be streaming this coming Saturday, but if the plans change, I will definitely let you guys know. Warm butter or frozen butter, we'll see. Absolutely. I just use no other. That works too, yeah. I just do like Active Sky because of the accuracy of winds aloft, and also the depiction of fog, overcast conditions. Those are done very well and are very accurate with Active Sky. All right, so we're going to maintain 2,000. We're going to continue to maintain the current speed until final approach. And look at this overcast, guys. I mean, this looks really, really nice. I like Active Sky a lot, and I do like this iniBuilds aircraft quite a bit. Look at that. Yeah. Looks like it's raining. Unfortunately, one of the things I've noticed is there is no wind, there is no rain effect yet on this beta release of the iniBuilds, which is a shame in my view. That's one of the things, you know, that really is very immersive in this version of X-Plane. And quite frankly, I like the rain in X-Plane 12 more so than MSFS. So maybe the raindrops themselves in MSFS maybe look sometimes more realistic, but the behavior of the rain effect in X-Plane, in my view, is much more realistic. And there is, by the way, a real-world Airbus pilot that shares exactly my view. I was actually chuckling with joy when I heard him say that. I said, oh, so it's not just me. There's a real-world pilot that probably has seen how the raindrops are on the aircraft windshield when flying at, 36,000 feet, saying the same thing. So I was very pleased to hear that. Captain Lee is here, folks. Welcome, Captain Lee. Glad to have you here. And we are almost at Jacksonville. And Captain Lee, I'll have to say that I do like the airport quite a bit. And it looks like we need to. All right, let's go to flaps and slats. There we go. Flaps 15, slats 15. I do like the airport. We're going to take a look at it in some detail, and I will provide you and the community with my opinion on the aircraft. But it's I was just telling the community before you joined that this is probably one of the best sceneries I've seen for X-Plane 12, and that is no joke, guys. It is really, you'll see in a minute. Just the details on that airport is something I really have a lot of appreciation for. I think it's a well-developed airport, and yeah, I don't have a release date. It's very soon. A few things are being baked and ironed out. Getting the airport apron ready for you guys for your big planes to land there. So everything's being painted, and it should be released soon. Yeah. I'm not using Zibo. It always turns and starts rolling to the right side as soon as I disconnect the AP. I have the Zibo something I don't want to try again. Actually, Zibo is extremely realistic. Extremely realistic. Yeah. So it's a bummer that you don't want to fly it again because it is very, very good. So you're going to be missing out. All right. Auto brake to medium. Let's arm the speed brake. Speed brake is armed. And everything here is ready. Here's our turn towards the airport. And we're going to go to ILS. And ILS on this side as well. And we're going to go to land. All right. And that will put us now. You can see the localizer and the glide slope. So we are looking good here. Excellent. And we are now lining up runway 08. Just look at how beautiful this is. Yeah. Look at that, guys. Gorgeous. All right, speed check, and let's go to flaps 15 slats, flaps 15 slats 30. Looking good. And by the way, the FPS on this airport is surprisingly very, very good. So I'm very pleased with the FPS over at this FS Designs rendition of Jacksonville. Highly recommended airport when it comes out. Thank you very much, Aviation Master. Hello there, Captain Poland. It's been a long time, my friend. How have you been? All right. We can see the glide slope needle moving down. Let's go ahead and lower the landing gear. Landing gear is coming down. Look at that sensational view. Oh yeah. How about that? All right, so flaps are full. And we will disconnect the autopilot at about 1,000 feet and hat fly the approach. Visibility is still good. And let's go ahead and reduce the speed. Yeah, that's, I was expecting to hear that. So I believe it's 137. Let's see here, 136. All right, there we go. We have the airport in sight. Let's reset our view. Hello, Jacksonville. All right, 1,000 feet. Autopilot disengaged, my aircraft. And we are going to turn off the auto throttle. All right. The armrest on the chair is bothering me. All right, here we go. That's much better. A little bit of a crosswind there.
300.
Crazy crosswind.
40, 20, 10, 5.
Oof. All right, welcome to Jacksonville, folks. That was a pretty hard landing. We had a very strong crosswind, by the way. Take a look at the replay, but yeah, we'll take a look at the replay. If the sim crashes for any reason, then what I'll do is I will restart it again at Jacksonville to showcase the airport. But just here as we arrive into Jacksonville, just guys, look at the nice buildings there and the grass. Look at I love the grass. Very, very nice rendition of the airport. All right. So before we go any further, let's do the following. We're going to do X. There we go. And then we're going to go to V. That will, you know, bring us back. Oh, come on. That's really bad. It crashed the sim. Those crosswinds were insane. They were absolutely insane crosswinds. But, you know, I hate it when that happens. You know, Leminar, they've got to fix this. They have got to fix this. Yeah. All right. Well, that's okay. We'll start at Jacksonville. That was a, you know, complete crash there of X-Plane. That's okay. We don't get to see the replay, unfortunately, which is a bummer. They need to fix, they absolutely need to fix that. It's just really, really starting to annoy me. Captain Poland just came in with a £2 super chat. Brave landing cap. I've been good. I'm doing very well. Thank you, Captain Poland.
Brave landing cap. I've been good. How about you, smiley face?
Do you have any idea when it will be out that you can share? Oh, you mean the airport? I have no clue, Carl, to be honest. All right, so we're going to go to Jackson Kilo Juliet Alpha X-ray. So Jacksonville, and we're going to select gate A5 and start there. Yeah, so this is probably one of the better sceneries that I've seen for X-Plane 12. And by the way, Pensacola, which is an airport by FS Designs, and I've showcased that airport here on the channel. I think that FS Designs has really stepped things up in this airport, in this scenery, and I truly believe that they've done a really good job with this one. So I did not experience this replay bug, but hopefully it gets fixed. It depends, FS Bean, on the aircraft, the scenery. PNS is getting an update to match our KJAX standards. KPNS is getting an update with SAM jetways and such. Captain Lee, that's good to hear, because yeah, definitely the difference between the two airports is massive, and I can tell that you have stepped things up. Really, and I'm very glad that you've stepped things up. One thing on the orthos, so the ortho for it, I know that it would make the file size very large, but what I've seen in the past, especially on very old sceneries, is that they would pack the ortho photos for the airport region in a separate file, and they make it like an optional download. That would be great. If that can be included with the scenery, and I'm gonna show you guys the scenery now. We'll take a look at it. Landing was great. Had the same in my F-18 DCS on the carrier. Yeah. So, all right. Let's see here. Plugins. So there comes a question from Polly. Is it? Hi there, QA. Mind if I ask you, are you using XP Realistic? This is just now fresh on my Discord. Are you using XP Realistic or the Headshake plugin? Really like how the camera affects. I'm using XP Realistic, Polly, and I find it to be a lot more realistic than Headshake and Real View. So I've tried both, and I think they just look a lot better. The XP Realistic is much better than Real View and Headshake. Both products essentially do the similar things, but Headshake is the free version. It doesn't really do much. And this is, by the way, look at that, guys. I mean, we are parked at the terminal, and you can already look at the gate here and the building, the colors, the textures. Right, let's switch to the outside view. And ladies and gentlemen, I present to you FS Design Jacksonville International Airport. Now, let me begin by just giving you my thoughts on this airport. I do what I like and what I do not like. I will tell you exactly. First of all, I really think this airport is one of the better developed airports for X-Plane 12. I do love the grass and how the developer has placed those, by the way, if you look closely to them, you see this here. So this is kind of very smart of how they've done this, because from a distance, this looks like real grass. Looks really, really nice. Right there. There we go. Look at that. Very nice. If you look at the airport buildings themselves, they are representative of the real airport according to the real world footage. I haven't been to this airport in real life, but I absolutely love what it looks like here. They've done a really good job with the 3D modeling of the textures. Look at that. Here, nice airport clutter overall. I do like the textures there, some nice details. And check this out. If you go to the terminal, you can actually see the terminal. Would be nice to see a little bit of, people, perhaps not to just have a totally empty airport, but this is actually nice. It kind of kind of like the MSFS airports where you can just, you know, look out the window and look at the aircraft, and you've got a nice interior. By the way, guys, I'm not a big fan of having interiors, but when you have one, it's kind of nice to look at them. And this one has one, and it doesn't affect performance. So if I bring up the performance counter with the iniBuilds, we're getting about 52 frames right now with this airport. I do like the rooftop, but it's the, you know, the resolution is, you know, a little bit lacking in my view. So I would love to see, you know, higher resolution on the rooftop there. And it would be nice to have those fans as, you know, animated. It would be cool to see them kind of running. The overall, if you look at the parking area, I think, again, FS Designs has done a fairly good job modeling this to give it a very realistic look. You can see the nice palm trees there, and with the movement there, that's a really, really nice touch there. Very well done. And if we look down here, again, some nice detail with the asphalt textures here, just to represent the roads and streets leading to the airport. I like the variation of what they've done there, and I think they've also taken their time to create, you know, all the cars parked at the car park here. So that's very nicely done as well. Now, one of the things I found that is probably worth looking and fixing is this area here, where you look at this water body. Now, this doesn't look, because in real life, you'll never get the water looking like that. And this to me is an immersion breaker right there. So it's a brilliant airport, but this to me has to be fixed. I mean, the water, that doesn't look right to me. And it's got to be fixed. The same thing, by the way, here. See that? How it's just kind of, yeah, the corners are, that needs to blend with the scenery, you know? It needs to just blend in to look really, really nice and realistic. Yeah, I do like, again, the buildings a lot. I think, again, big step up from the previous airport. Very good on terms of the FPS overall. Again, this is a top down view of the airport. Looks very, very good. I think really they've taken really their time with this airport, and the results show that. Again, the water bodies here, they need to be, you know, taken care of, yeah? But overall, I do like this airport a little more than I like the previous one. Actually, a lot more than the previous one by FS Designs. This looks really good. Look at that, guys. Just really... All right. So, now, let's take a look at the night lighting, and we're just going to slowly change the time and watch the lights come into view of the airport. We're going to also take a look at the FPS, and it's something that, you know, X-Plane suffers from, but look at that, guys. Wow, that looks sensational. Look at that. Very, very nice airport. And now we can just change the time of day to nighttime. There we go. Look at that, guys. Looks very, very nice. Look at the lighting detail right there by in the parking lot. Look at that. And right there as well. And of course the terminal area here. Very, very nice. You can see the light emissive lights here as well on the apron. And overall, just really a beautiful looking airport by FS Designs. All right, let's do nighttime completely, and now you can see all the lights, all the parking spots properly illuminated, and the I just really look at those taxi lights. Look at that! Wow, that looks really good. Really, really good. Yeah. And again, we can go inside the terminal. You can see the lighting inside the terminal during nighttime. Everything is lit very nicely to create a, you know, realistic look even inside the terminal. And by the way, the FPS isn't really that bad. Still, I mean, we do have a serious drop, and that's an X-Plane thing. but still looks pretty good. Yeah. There we go, and now we can change the time. See, this would have been like a really nice time to approach the airport. Look at that as you come here. Look at that. Yeah. There you go. And that is Jacksonville International for you guys. And yeah, that is pretty much it for our show today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this stream as much as I enjoyed streaming it for you. I do want to express my gratitude to Captain Lee from Emphasis Designs for allowing me the opportunity to showcase his airport here on the channel. And of course, I've given you guys my honest thoughts on this airport, which, by the way, one that receives the Q8 Pilot Seal of Approval. It's a beautiful airport, very well done. A few things with the water bodies right there to fix those. Other than that, really brilliant airport, and one that I would personally recommend. So that is it for our show this evening. I'm glad you like it, Carl, and coming from you, it has a lot of weight. Again, guys, Carl is a real-world, accomplished pilot with type rating on many, many aircraft. So there's a lot of weight to what he says. When he says he likes an aircraft or a scenery, then it must be really good. All right, folks. Well, this is it for this evening's show. I hope that you've enjoyed it. As usual, and until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Stay safe, and bye-bye for now.